from those shows, like the Xena and the Hercules show, like who Sam Raimi was cool with, because they all came back for other things.
That's right. Those shows were Sam Raimi joints. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Tappert and Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell was, I think, an executive producer on them. Because then they made his show, Jack of All Trades.
Yeah.
Which was where he was the hero during colonial times in the Caribbean, which I thought was funny as hell. Not enough respect on the man's name.
Briscoe County or Bosco County, whatever it's called.
That was a good show. That didn't get enough respect.
Yeah.
Personally.
Well, anyways, Johnny, we were talking about this off air. Well, you weren't here yet, but I'm going to let Wu-Tang know this now. When I get rich and famous, me and you are going to kidnap Mick with Ghostface and Method Man.
Damn.
And then it's going to be on Mick's birthday. It's for his birthday. It's for Mick's birthday. You don't have to be violent.
Oh, man.
We just have to make sure he's sitting down eating with his family, though, and kind of scare him a little bit so he doesn't get in trouble.
Some gangster shit. Y'all want to get some
he's going to throw on some tears, some fake tears, act like he's scared, but he's not.
Okay. How do we have to sell it? Because, you know, I'm a trained actor, so how do you want me to sell it? Like,
it's more so Mick that would have to sell it as far as, like, not smiling too soon when he gets out, like, the other side of the door of his house. Like, he can't be all giddy yet till he gets in the car and, like, down the street.
No, just be me going, oh, no, I don't want to meet Wu-Tang.
I mean, when I do the kidnapping thing, though, do I got to, like, be at a 10 with my performance? I'm just saying my performance, though. Like,
I guess you got to ask Mick.
See this all connect, that it ends up in the actual resurrection of Big Baby Jesus, ODB. If that could happen, I'm down.
That would be beautiful.
So we're sacrificing Mick
Greatest
to bring
single.
back ODB. Got it.
No, we're not sacrificing him. We're kidnapping him.
Okay, well, he brought up resurrecting ODB, so I'm just confused.
If you resurrect him, he'll go wherever he wants or wherever.
Are we doing a seance or are we just doing a birthday thing? What are we doing here?
You just got to play his music alive as far as the ODB thing.
We can never bring ODB back, because if ODB came back in this world, in the state that it's in, he would turn it into a road warrior and try and take over.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
Maybe that wouldn't be a bad thing, though, with him taking over.
He's going to be like, I'm repopulating. There we go.
That definitely wouldn't be a bad thing. Make it a lot browner around here.
Hey, listen. I'm cool with brown always.
I just need to let you down, Johnny. That's all. Sounds like you are.
I'm in. I just need to know my character's motivation when I do it. That's all.
You get to hang out with Wu-Tang when it's all said and done. Watch movies with him and all that stuff too.
Oh, 1,000%.
All right.
I would make them all play Real Combat in live action with me. Let's do this.
Do I have to pretend like I love How High?
No, not at all.
No. That's a funny movie.
It is funny.
It's a funny movie.
It's funny.
Sit down with RZA and find out those special samples and why they meant what they meant in what song. Like, what was why was that sample picked of all the catalogs they could pull from the Shaw Brothers?
That's why you were talking about, and that's why you're talking about the Magnificent TV series. Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to ask this about How High, the movie, though, before we get started.
Yeah.
And that is, how do you feel about movies like American Pie?
I love American Pie.
But you hate How High? Goddamn racist, dude.
The reason why I hate How High, though, here's the reason why you got to follow me on this one, all right? Had I not discovered Jay and Silent Bob first, right?
That's even... Like,
then I would be into Method and Red.
More so. You should be into it.
To me, I feel like this is ripped off Jay and Silent Bob. So I was like, I don't like this
with
guy.
Good reason. Why not? They're funny. Everybody rips off everybody, and at least like we got two fun characters.
But I don't want
Silent Bob or a rip off of Cheech and Chong in their own way.
But see, when I want to drink Pepsi, I don't go for RC Cola. That's all I'm saying.
RC
that is when there is a definite difference.
So good luck.
Mm-hmm. How High, man.
You can have a Jack and Coke.
Now, How High 2, I get it. Terrible.
Oh yeah.
It's different. That's a sequel.
But How High?
Are you talking about Mac and Devin went to high school? Because that's basically How High too.
No, there's
I
a real
need
How
to
High
make
too.
a list of my. I'm doing that on Letterboxd. Probably gonna work on that tonight. I'm gonna make a
Friday
list.
Better be number one on your list.
All the sequels where that sucked worse than the original, because
Friday After Next better be on your list now.
No, just listen. It can't be, and here's why. Because the
You
start
Friday After Next.
I love not Friday the Next. You know what I mean? The one with Joker. I love Friday the Next.
No,
the one with Baby Joker. Next Friday.
You don't like Next Friday?
I don't like Next Friday, man.
I like Next Friday.
You know,
With the Cucamonga Cracker Killers, you didn't like that?
It was jarring for me to go from Chris Tucker to Mike Epps. I had to be.
No, yeah.
I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that. I liked them better in All About the Benjamins.
Yeah, I did like them better in All About the Benjamins.
I like a buddy cop movie. So,
Oscar Isaac's first film.
Is it?
Oscar Isaac's first film.
Very nice. Cool. I didn't know that.
He gets killed in the first 5 minutes.
I have to watch that again. See, this is what happens when you pick Indonesian movies. We talk about black for the rest of the night.
No, this was a good Indonesian movie.
This
now
was.
I have a confession.
What's that?
Before we start, I have a confession.
Not like one of them Usher confessions, is it?
No.
Oh, God.
I didn't finish it.
Oh,
I didn't finish it.
For you.
But
we should make them guess the ending.
But I do want to hear what everybody has to say about it. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy what I saw so far. So I'm going to finish after the show. But I do want to hear everybody.
Definitely worth the finish. But what were you saying, Trevor?
Oh, nothing. I was agreeing.
Okay.
It's well, I also kind of watched it in a truncated way to narrow it down to about 45 minutes, and I feel bad, but I was also rewatching the original. This is actually a remake. And doing some further research. So I really enjoyed this, and I'm anxious to go back and watch it in its entirety, but I was watching it a lot for kind of differences. But no, this is a really good movie.
And I do want to play our game that we started on Popcorn and Pipes with this one, all black cast at the end of it, to see who we cast in the all black version.
I love this all black casting. That's hilarious.
So I do want to play that game at the end, though. All black cast.
All black cast. All black cast. I'm down. But it was a horror comedy revenge drama film, which was a mix in itself. And I didn't know that going. Well, I checked out the description and I was just like, what the fuck? I texted James. I was like, I didn't know this was a horror comedy. But and like when you first get into it for like the first few minutes, you kind of get some silliness to it, or the first, let's say maybe 10, 15 minutes of the movie. But there's a lot of serious shit going on too at the same time. And then after a while, it just gets at like a real serious pace and just stays there, which I did enjoy better for this. And this was a fun revenge film in a weird way, though. Not fun like he had fun, but this is a fun revenge film.
I'm only putting together by context clues of this movie.
Kind of a sad but beautiful ending in a way, which we'll get to. But what were you saying, Mick?
I was going to say that with this movie, it's to me like it's sort of a send up by these directors. This is clearly like when we watch. I'm trying to equate it to something here, but like, okay, so like Halloween, Rob Zombie's, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's different, you can clearly tell this man loved John Carpenter growing up.
But this is a situation where it's a direct remake, and actually, it's one of 3 direct remakes of
I'm getting to
Suzzanna.
We were talking about that earlier.
I'm sorry.
Take care of that part. But my only thing with this is, because they show the movies in this movie, but they also show other horror movies as well. I like I could see all the nuance of this filmmaker paying tribute throughout this entire movie. Like a lot of this seems like it's paying tribute to early Indonesian horror, just by callbacks and stuff too, which I appreciated because it felt like a cinephile made this. And I don't know what it was like, because the comedy didn't always land in this for me. In fact, sometimes I was like, "You're taking it a little too far," because I realized the comedy's there to explain what's going on.
I wonder if some of the comedy, because the comedy didn't land too much for me, but I wonder if it's more of like a cultural thing.
Are we talking about the trio in this film?
Not just them. There's some comedy between the bad guys in it as well, and a few others. But like that, they were part of it. They were probably the most
Well, that's intrinsic to Indonesian horror films and just in general Indonesian genre cinema, but especially the horror films from about 1980 to about 1989. So in the original film, Sundel Bolong, they're the same trio of over-the-tops. That's something that's kept from the original. And in all the Indonesian horror films that I've seen from that era, there is always that element of humor. Whether or not it works well to our sensibilities, but it is a direct callback to that classic cinema. So that's why it's there.
Well, it's named Suzzanna after the actor from the original movies, but I got that part. I meant more along the lines of like the movies. You could tell the movies they were putting in, they were peppering in. It's almost like Sam Raimi when he made Evil Dead.
Oh yeah,
it's
referential.
And I think that's just I was just correlating the two more than and my only thing with it is even if the comedy aspect of this movie is sort of baked into Indonesian horror films, I get it, but as an American viewer watching this, it was a bit jarring from the horror. Whereas like we try, if we take like Shaun of the Dead or Meets Frankenstein, stuff like that, like the horror is never at the expense of the comedy.
I wonder if
totally separated. This felt like it felt like a misstep in certain things to have the comedy be the sort of not the narrator but the voice of the film explaining things to us. That was where I got jarred with it, because I was like, you're trying to be funny.
I agree with you there very, very much, because there are some intrinsic differences between the first film and this film that really make that humor kind of awkward. Because in the original film, what happens to Elisa in the original film, or Suzzanna, is really frighteningly tragic. Not that this isn't frighteningly tragic, but in comparison, it's not. So the comedy that is literally there, even though it's so absurd, is a necessity to cut the really intense gore and it works. In this, I felt a little bit, this is kind of, I think your gimmick, it's almost like sometimes the humor was used to pad out something that could have been either more integral to the story or could have probably ended up on the editing room floor and it would have been a better film. So
it sounds like that they took the tone of the movie, they went for comedy, and they just used the horror as modifiers for some moments just to make it frightening, instead of doing it vice versa, where you make it strictly horror, but you have comedic moments that are more like modifiers, so you can have that balance.
I would argue that it's still the comedic moments are the modifiers to the horror, because the horror is
you need
here.
that. There needs to be some balance.
No, you do, but there's...
I mean, if that's the desire you want from your audience, just like nonstop, but no, there needs to be an element of humor.
I disagree a little bit to that statement. I don't think you need it. I think if you are actively trying to make a film that conveys that, or you're the type of filmmaker that wants to put comedy in. I think a lot of filmmakers put too much comedy in horror sometimes, especially here in America, and it ruins movies because they don't understand the timing of it and such. With this one, the comedy is still the modifier, but it's not modifying. If that makes sense. It's trying to keep the viewer kind of wrapped in, but everything they're explaining to us in the beginning, we get at the end. Like the shaman, or that, not really a holy man, but he was like sort of like
a shaman.
Yes. Yeah, shaman. He sort of explains all this, so when they're doing it in the beginning, I get that they're propelling her to think about this, but honestly, like I just felt like it detracted from those moments where this woman is like, maybe that is why I'm here. Maybe that's why I have to. Actually, I thought it would have been interesting if she was watching the original movie.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
That's good.
Well,
Ooh.
I guess this is the best time than any to insert this. So, the first film from '81 is much more connected to the actual legend of the Sundel Bolong, which is a ghost of Indonesian lore. Usually, it is a prostitute or a sex worker, but that person also somehow has dealt with additional trauma. Now, that's the traditional concept of this Sedum Bolong you heard constantly that I'm talking about in this movie. So this is where it gets kind of iffy in the first film because there's very much a misogynistic element, considering that at the time the leader of Indonesia, Suharto, was an authoritarian and literally all media had to be okayed by his regime. But this is the big difference in the two films. In the original film, you have Suzzanna's character is at one time a prostitute. She runs into her madam later in her life. As her life has changed, she has actually started her own embroidery business, and they just happen to cross paths based on a guy that agreed to look at her work. This then leads the madam to convince the guy, hey, she was this, I bet blank. So he tries to convince her to come back and how much money she's going to make. And Elisa Suzzanna says, no, screw this. I am out of here. Well, this then leads to a situation in which she is kidnapped and she is raped. Before, like after this is where it gets creepy. And this is where you have to think about, number one, the religion, but also number two, the political atmosphere. There's a scene in the first film in which she is in front of a court because she would like to have Rudy, who is the guy from the boutique, and her madam put in jail. And they present the case and everything. And then they present that she had one time been a prostitute, and they throw the case out of court. This then leads to her finding out she's pregnant, but her husband was away. And in this culture, this was so bad that she ended up killing herself before her husband came home. Now, this is the kind of atmosphere that these films are made in. So, yeah, there's a real cringe element there, but it also is some of the most intrinsically bizarre and culturally rich cinema, because it really shows you how politics makes and breaks media. So there's the big difference between the two films.
Yeah.
Makes the second film seem a little Scooby-Doo-ish.
Yeah, no, that's legit, and I'm glad you said that. I actually learning about that. I wanted to watch the original.
Me too. I want to watch. I gotta watch that.
But they are products of their time, and this film kind of is too. So it takes place in 1989. This is at a time that I forget the name of the president, but he was considered the infrastructure president. Things were the best they ever were in Indonesia. So at the time of this film, you've got a very, very liberal for that country government. And it does show in the film. It actually does give you the ability to discover if there is sympathy for these workers that found themselves in the worst possible situation they could possibly find themselves in based on their own stupidity. But then you have somebody kill her by mistake. Yeah. So, and then, I mean, these are all, it's a horrible thing. But one of the other big differences in the films is in the remake, Suzzanna or Alicia literally never from grave to the next day, she's back at the house. In the original, when Barry Prima, the actor, another huge actor, plays her husband, Satria, comes home, they bury her. Well, about 2-3 weeks go by, and he runs into her twin sister, Cinta, who supposedly was a twin but died at the age of 10. Now, this breaks off in a more intriguing manner because it's really believable, but it breaks apart in a different way versus the, okay, I am from the day that I'm put in this grave to literally the next day, I'm going to try to play off that everything is fine, but I have been brought back as a surun del bolon. And I kind of liked the sister element more than the, he's been living with who he thought was his wife and had no reason to think not. So.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely got to see that first. The original one. Sorry, I definitely have to see that original one because that seems darker.
Oh yeah,
without the comedy. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And this one was good too, though. Like this one was.
That actually kind of fits. Sorry for cutting you off, man. That actually kind of fits what somebody said earlier, comparing it from Evil Dead to Evil Dead 2, where the original has a deeper tone to what they would go on and do with the remix or reimagining of that.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Scott Spiegel.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically she gets buried alive pregnant, which is just wild. Then she comes back, and I'm just going to tell you right now, the kills in this movie are they're creative. They're creative.
The kills in this and also in the original. My only complaint, and maybe this was just the TV, but did this film, especially in the end, seem very dark to you?
It did.
Like, almost like we're covering things up so we can get a rating, kind of like dark.
It did seem.
It became very hard to really watch it, like the last, I'd say, about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It did. It ramped up in the horror at the end, for sure. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was too dark. Maybe I was still sort of feeling the comedy aspect that was kind of, to me, dragged it a bit. A bit, though, just so everybody knows. Like, I enjoyed this movie. I thought this was really well done. And I liked all the players in it. But it was one of those, like, the comedy was just
too much.
Honestly, it seemed very Charlie Chan circa Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I get that that's maybe a funny thing, but like I was like, this isn't definitely because it takes away,
Well, that's another weird thing. This movie, the remake gives off heavier Charlie Chan than the original. And it literally is something as amazingly small as how I think he's wearing the hat. I mean, I would say it's not positive either way because it is the village idiot. It is that stock character that, let's be honest, even though it's an amazingly large numbers of films that we like, for nowadays is a really lazy plot point. But in genre cinema, it's there. But no, actually, watching both versions, I got some Mantan Morgan vibes, and that didn't feel too good. So,
are you gonna? You said you're gonna try to watch this one again or finish this one, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to finish this one. I'm actually more sold on just watching the original, actually.
I'm definitely sold on watching the original.
It is on.
I still say watch this one though.
Okay,
yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
It's on AMC though.
Okay. The original is on AMC. Also, this is the film company and general group that made this film have returned this year. And sometime, hopefully, Netflix will get a hold of their remake of another great Suzzanna film called Santet, which is about a crocodile evil queen. And it even spawned a sequel. So I am very excited to see another Suzzanna installment.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see something like that. I'm down to watch more. I'm like I said before, I'm just enjoying this this foreign horror journey we've been going on for these past couple months now.
Yeah.
Well, I tossed some interesting ones at you. So
You definitely did.
Y'all seem to be like.
I actually
regionalized.
disagree. You should have thrown the original at it.
I mean, you know what? I can always throw the original on the wheel, and then boom, we're all going to watch it anyway.
Well, I think we're all going to watch it anyway. So stick with the ones you got on there because I have some. I know for
I think I thought I'd thrown an Indonesian one at you. I'm not sure.
You
There
did.
was one last week.
Y'all had a few entities. I'm like, y'all married
Like,
to this region right now.
Oh, hello. This is Zippy. Zippy,
I have-
switch everybody.
That's it.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll have to count up the weeks.
I thought
and the
maybe
movies
it
I
sent
have.
you Mystics in Bali or something.
You did. No, I threw it on the wheel. I threw it on the wheel.
You got.
I can't wait for you to watch Baby Blood. That's where I'm at.
I want you to watch Damani.
I seen
I
that.
actually own the Blu-ray of that.
You seen Damani?
I believe so. You guys send me the movie cover when you get a chance.
Okay, all
I
right.
believe I seen that one.
Now I'm gonna send you
I
Damani
told you
2
that.
then if you seen Damani 1.
I made dude. Add Blood Moon too. That was wild.
I did. Those are the two. Those are the two I grabbed.
From
And-
Australia.
And, you know what was?
The
what was
Mangler
funny?
was good too. The Mangler was a
You know-
weird one.
You know what was funny is I forgot which one of the two you said, right? And I went with Blood Moon first, and I was like, let me make sure this is foreign. And it was.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, had to be this. And then I was thinking for a few minutes because I seen Baby Blood. I was like, hold up. They're both in 1990. I was like, you know what? Maybe it was Baby Blood. And when I pulled up the cover, I was like, yeah, it was this one. I was
No,
like,
it
I'm
was
just gonna use
both.
them both now. Fuck it.
Those two in the Mangler. Those
I'm a
you gave all three to me. They're first time watches. And if there
The
were
Mangler's
ever
foreign,
movies that were Sir Sturdy movies,
The Mangler.
it's those three.
Was the Mangler foreign too?
Yeah, it's
Was it Canadian or something?
no, I think it was I forget where they said it was. I think it was also New Zealand, maybe. I have double check, but it is foreign. It's a foreign film. I looked it up. And that is why it is what it is.
Well, if so, I'll add the Mangler, and I'm going to add the original one of this because I'm really intrigued to see it.
As a loophole.
Did I throw Man Bites Dog at you?
Yes.
Yeah, you watched
Okay,
it.
because that is a very important film in French Extreme, but also very important in found footage.
Ooh.
South Africa. It was a South African film, The Mangler.
Nice.
As a loophole, I'm gonna throw in Zombie as a loophole.
No, come on.
As a loophole. Just to exploit the system. I'm throwing Zombie.
Dude, I talked to Ian McCullough. Sturdy was there that year when I talked to him and at the Carolina Fear Fest.
Mhm.
And remember I brought up Contamination because I like that movie?
Mm-hmm.
That dude shit on me for like I loved him. He was an amazing guy. There's no arguments about Ian McCullough, but he was not a
That's my favorite Luigi Cosi movie.
He
It doesn't say a lot.
What?
Well, I'm sorry. I think we were thinking two different things.
What were you thinking?
Contamination.
Yeah, the one from the 70s that he was in.
Yeah. The only good Luigi Cosi movie, and that's not saying a lot.
What are you talking about? Godzilla.
Yeah, same guy.
Still a good movie. It's shitty color work.
Yeah. He also did the Hercules movies.
So he gave you shit about one of his own movies.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I liked it. He was the one that gave me shit about it.
That's funny.
That's funny. At least he's honest.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you watch that? I thought I got rid of every single one.
Everybody gets shitty about Italian filmmaking in the 70s. and like that it was just like looked low budget, and I was like, it's basically exploitation, and I love it, and I want it.
Yeah.
Not Argento. Argento is always sort of top tier.
Italian cinema and the genre history, the Fellini history, is you go from the 1960s on up into, my opinion, about 89, and it is just out of this world. Then you head into the 90s, and then it doesn't taste as Italianly wonderful as it does. But there's like 3 decades there of just amazing cinema lunacy.
I'll give you 89. I was going to say 92, but I'll give you 89.
What's good, Chad?
I got no horse in that fight.
I'll give you 92.
I would say maybe the 70s, early 80s. Like anything after that just seemed like, first of all, look, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not starting an 80s fight this
I think all horror peaked at the 80s.
Are you fucking Nope, not doing it. Not doing it.
See, it's in our blood. To just, Johnny, it's in our blood to just cause trouble for no damn reason.
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna say anything. I was like, I wasn't even thinking of saying anything. You were just like, I see it in your eyes. Like, let me just do something.
I was hoping he would bite it. I was hoping. Close. We got close.
You'll get him. Don't worry. You have to deal with 2 of us now. You just have more movie knowledge, but you can be very ignorant like myself.
But you know what, though? I was thinking about his masterpiece argument. No, this is a horror podcast. But a little movie came on my TV the other day called E.T.
And
that's a masterpiece. And I don't care what you say.
What constitutes a masterpiece? How much money it makes?
So there.
Would you call Infinity War a masterpiece? I wouldn't. I'd say it's a great popcorn
film. The emotionality, the emotionality in the performances, the technical.
I can name that in films that are nowhere near masterpiece.
The technical
aspect
of
the question is,
the writing.
Were there flashlights or guns in your version?
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good question.
It was on TV, so I don't think it was flashlights, actually, or walkie-talkies.
Yeah, exactly. It was
guns.
Well,
that's hard to find. There's a certain point where, if I understand, it's hard to find prints that are original guns.
Look, Mick, I'm a tough cry.
I don't know why I'm a tough cry. That agents in the U.S. agents would have guns against an alien. It's nope.
You know what? I think Mick doesn't think it's a masterpiece because he got a roller coaster ride in Universal Studios. That's why you don't think it's a masterpiece.
It has nothing to do with that.
He got a theme park ride.
E.T. is a creepy little.
I liked it a lot.
Cringy guy. He has a finger and he like follows people around, poking them.
Yeah. You don't like that? That movie.
One of my best friends growing up had a mortal fear of E.T. So of course, being young, stupid, and male, I went out and bought one of these attachable E.T. fingers that were rubber.
Yeah.
Yes, it looked as bad as you think, and it kind of lit up at the end, and I would chase her around. Yeah.
When he was a teenager, he'd put it on.
Seriously, it looked like a very, very old gray dildo that you stuck on your finger. But you watch E.T. now, and all that goes through my head is, pull my finger, pull my finger.
The best thing that come out of E.T. was Reese's Pieces. No, okay.
So you telling me
I'm worried about that one.
You weren't moved when E.T. was nearly dying. You weren't moved.
E.T. is a good film. I love Spielberg. E.T. is a good film. It's a great film. Even
you're a Close Encounters guy, aren't you?
No, that's not a masterpiece either. That's but E.T. wasn't even the best alien movie that came out that year as a film, as far as films go. And I'm talking about films, making them, not what did everybody feel and love about it, because you got to take that out. There's nostalgia and an impact check on my checklist, and E.T. definitely checks those two big time.
Yeah.
And it's crafted well. He's an auteur. Spielberg, he was an auteur when he was a kid shooting movies. Like, it's insane. He's just a genius in the field. So when it really comes down to it, like, it is a great movie. It's not a masterpiece. Schindler's List is a masterpiece. I would probably put Jurassic Park on there, but as much as I love that movie, and seeing that on the big screen is what made me want to become a filmmaker. I went home and wrote a fucking screenplay right after it. I still am on the fence of whether I would call it a masterpiece. Like Schindler's List is a masterpiece.
I'm more of a
Saving Private Ryan, maybe, but that there's parts in it that really drive me crazy. He has some, like Jaws is a masterpiece.
Okay, no, man, you can't say Jaws is a masterpiece and E.T.
Why not? Look at and it even goes into the technical side of the filmmaking even more so than like the impact of it. What that man made from that film and what he caused audiences to feel off of a set that barely worked. Like, that's amazing.
But I would argue he did the same thing with E.T. though that he did with Jaws.
Why? Everything worked on E.T.
Minus the not working stuff.
I know all that. I'm curious if you would agree with me, Meg. But I think that Spielberg has a lot of like on the verge masterpieces, and one thing that he's not really celebrated for is look at Jaws. And there are other examples. This is a filmmaker who is not just making blockbusters, who's not just amazing in their field, but they can find material that is so amazingly good that it transcends to actually create story concepts. Like, there are so many films that are based around the concept of Jaws. You just move some things around, but it is a perfect story form. And that's one of Spielberg's great abilities, is to make a script or find scripts or write scripts that works so well.
And we also, when we're picking out masterpieces, we have to remember, like, to Chadman's thing, and I'm not knocking it. It's one of my favorite movies as well. And I do think it's a masterpiece, but not because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
In fact, when I'm analyzing any movie, I have to take out my feelings on it, because
that's how I feel about E.T.
But with E.T., I have
not my favorite at all. I actually, honestly, I have no like nostalgia towards it.
I think when we talk about the idea of masterpiece and audience reception should be a part of that, because as much as everybody's like, we make the art for us, you don't make a film for just you.
For audience,
the director does not make a film for just him, because if that were the case, he'd be the only one making it.
Yep.
There are people working on this, putting their sweat and their tears into it, and definitely enhancing it when they're working on it. Because we're going from one person doing everything to a team, it's always going to enhance it. So I take those technical things into account, and then what does the audience feel about it? What was it put together? Now, the 80s I've seen a lot of masterpieces in the 90s, a lot of masterpieces in the late 2010s, some in the 2000s. There are there. I could argue for Minority Report, on the Spielberg train right now, but
I'm not
quite there yet. I'd have to put it through my checklist. That's the only thing. I haven't really put that one in. But like, the 80s was a pump and dump. Now, are there masterpieces? Yes. Yes, there are. I would argue Do the Right Thing. I would argue Raging Bull. I would, things like that.
Scarface.
No, fuck no. Fuck no. That gets a good, not even a great. That's such an overhyped, overrated movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's
let's push it to the limit 18 times.
I just want to. I'm not a violent person, but I want to punch things when people say that's Al Pacino's best role. I'm like, watch everything he did before.
I'm like, Carlito's way is better than that.
Oh my god, and Justice for All.
Yeah,
that's a
small movie.
Masterpiece. I would say that comes close. Like, Wizard of Oz is a
Dog Day Afternoon is a masterpiece.
I'd say Heat is a masterpiece.
Yeah. I'd say that's Lumet's masterpiece.
I'd say Heat.
Heat is probably Michael Mann's masterpiece. If Thief may not be a masterpiece, but it is phenomenal.
Thief is damn close. Yeah. But I'm a Mann guy. I have a whole essay about Michael Mann.
It was osmosis that caused this. The biggest things coming out in the 80s were popcorn shit. It was a way. First of all, it was Reaganism and his control over the media. Everybody was defeating communism in some way. So, there's a lot of hands in it. And that is a verified fact. That's not, he did. And even CIA has always had their hands in media and how they make things and how they're portrayed, how America's portrayed, things like that. And again, I'm not shitting on any of that. I'm just saying that's what caused the 80s after the dismal 70s, but the realism we got in our art.
Yeah.
We flipped to the 80s and we wanted everybody to think everything's good. It was the distraction from the shit that was still going on down in the streets, but everything was MTV. Everything was pretty and pom-poms and neon lights and all that. So I think osmosis brought movies that could have been great. Again, Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But that's
a cultural moment, though. But yeah, it's not a masterpiece.
Like that in the 80s, think about it. You really, truly think about it. I said Do the Right Thing and I said Raging Bull. If you build off of that and you think about 80s movies, truly tell me which movies, and do not tell me E.T. stands up with either of those movies.
You said Do the Right Thing and Raging Bull.
That's like those are like let's use those as like the bar.
Okay. Let's see.
Well, I'm going to add something to the 80s.
Because I could throw out The Verdict. I could throw out
Verdict's a great movie.
I could throw out fucking I said The Verdict.
Altered States.
I was gonna say King of Comedy, another Scorsese film.
You
never seen King of Comedy? Oh yeah,
I've seen King of Comedy. I'm not saying it's not.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
I thought you said I'd never seen it. I'm like, oh, Mick.
You're gonna say all that jazz. Walking. I'm leaving.
Very good movie.
Yeah.
And even if we take this argument to the 80s horror, I still feel the same way.
Change the Part 6.
Give me a masterpiece in horror movies in the 80s. And I'm talking a true masterpiece.
I already gave you mine and Cuz.
The Shining.
Shining, yeah. Well, no, you know what? I'm behind.
Full Metal Jacket's another masterpiece too.
I'm not a Shining guy.
Me neither.
You may not be, but again, you don't have to be. It's not about being a fan of the film. I'm saying
I can't take away from his greatness, but in a weird way, I do feel it's overrated.
Because I would thought you would say like Aliens before you say Shining. That's because
Alien came out in '79. The Shining came out in '80.
I would say Aliens with the S.
Aliens is up there. Aliens. The thing is,
and I'm not an Alien guy, but I can admit that's fucking.
It's a great film. Like it's on that cusp, almost like Jurassic Park is for me.
Okay.
Great film, but if you compare it to the first, it ain't a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
But it's equally as influential.
I would argue that is not the case anymore. 2 was influential in the 80s. 2 was like the big one. That was like the oh man, Space Marines. They could sell the toys on it and everything. Now people are going back and being like, I want more 79. I want.
But all the sequels are trying to be aliens, though. All the sequels are trying to be aliens.
Like which ones? Because Alien,
Romulus, the fucking TV show that's on right now.
I would argue that had elements of 2 because it is so good.
Yeah, and
I don't disagree. It's a great movie. Great.
Yeah.
In fact, I might watch it after this because it's so great. But it's not. It just filmmaking wise, it's not the first one. That's like saying Titanic is a masterpiece like Gladiator is.
That's true.
Is it? True. No. Avatar.
I think it's really
not.
I think it's really geared towards. But we're trying to be objective. So yeah.
Sturdy's.
I was gonna be like, it depends on what flavor you prefer.
I was gonna just really quick talking about the 80s because there's so much great stuff in the 80s. So it's not. I will agree that it is where Mick said it was going, but I do have to say, as you know, Mick and I are kids of this time period. Is the 80s was the last time that we saw serious adult films rated R bankrolled by studios and going into generalized theaters. Now, were there masterpieces? I don't know, but the 80s was the last bastion of that. Starting in the 90s, almost everything had to be kind of cookie cutter and had to be what was popular. And you started seeing the number of dramas versus everything else on studio things just would go. So I just have to point out that there were some great things about the 80s cinematically, even if they didn't necessarily give us these masterpieces that other generations did.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I think it was oversaturation of a lot of things in the 80s. The 80s just pumping out as much as it could. The money was being pumped into Hollywood because it was controlling the narrative, and it worked. And again, I'm not being conspiracy theorist. This is all documented. And you have to take that into account with why it was like that. Because the 90s, again, we get this indie boom. Every time we get an inflated decade of entertainment, like the 2000 and 2009, 2010. No. Actually, I'll argue that in just a sec. This inflated, I think we're overdue, and I think it's coming. So just bear with me, especially with like everything being torn the way it is right now. But so like the 80s, like the 60s was very like the world wasn't great, especially towards the late 60s. But the movies, everything was grand. You got the stupid bullshit like The Sound of Music and the awesome stuff like Mary Poppins and all that other stuff. We got a lot of great movies. But if you start seeing the turn around Midnight Cowboy in 68, when things are starting to get really dark and Nixon takes in and stuff like that, and then you cross over into this indie movement of the 70s and this very independent culture feeling, what exposes more than that, right? So then you cross into the 80s where they're trying to stamp that out. Now all of these indie directors are directing the biggest movies of all time. Yeah. How do you stop these indie directors from making social commentary? Give them enough money and make the best movies of all time. That's why in the 90s, when that wasn't happening as much anymore, Spielberg starts making movies that mean shit. So not that they're not good, but meaningful movies that he's trying to convey a message. You get to the 90s, indie spirit, new Quentin Tarantino, Kevin Smith, Robert Rodriguez, all of them pumping in. 2000s, Spy Kids, all that other shit. You know, the big inflated stuff. We didn't get it in the 2010s. And then COVID hit. I thought we would be due around then because there was sort of an indie push. Yep. And then I think COVID hitting is what started sparking the independent spirit again. And with TikTok, that was making all of these filmmakers that are going to go on to make the new entertainment. Doesn't have to just be movies, but there will be movies there as well. I mean, even I wrote a movie for the first time in fucking 15 years because I've been sitting at home. Shit. So it's one of those things where I would say we are, and because again, everything's torn and pretty much all at war at the moment, we are going to get a big influx of indie spirit coming in. And
so I feel like it's starting now.
Be happy.
I feel like this year the demarcation
for music too.
It's with everything, every form of media. I mean that for.
You know what's crazy and cool that you say that though, Mick, is I mean just going back from a couple of years ago with the movie Barbarian, how after that movie came out in theaters, how many people had the discussion that just. And what I liked about the discussion at first was the ones that I was a part of, the ones that I've seen. Nobody was spoiling anything until everybody's seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was dope. But you had that. I mean, look what Terrifier's doing. If you love it or hate it, look what it's doing as an independent film.
Oh, yeah, horror.
Fucking great Phasmophobia.
Horror's always been an independent element, though.
Godzilla Minus One.
Godzilla Minus One was an indie film done for less than $15 million. We watch Marvel movies that don't have as good VFX as Godzilla Minus One, and they're made for substantially more money.
200 million, kind of.
I mean, shit. Look at.
I think you're being kind with the 200 million now. It's like
being a bit conservative.
Look how popular in the horror gaming community Phasmophobia has become over these past few. I'll say. I mean, I know it's been. I guess it's been around for a few years on computer, but now that it's on console, it definitely got more popular because more people game on console and shit. Just over these past few months, all these few updates they're doing. Now they're doing a movie of it. This is all from an independent video game, which is just dope, and I hope it continues to roll forward and go on with independent creation and an independent takeover because it's time for the creatives to get credited.
Yeah,
and it's time for new stories, and this is the only way that's going to happen is by letting these new faces in, these new voices in, these new minds in. And it looks like they're just going to force everybody in and take over because now there's so many ways to do it thanks to YouTube, TikTok, and all the other platforms that we do have to do this kind of stuff and do the creations that people do that are amazing at. So, yeah, watch out.
Yeah. I'm excited for what they're going to do with black cinema.
Speaking of black cinema, Johnny.
Yeah. You have a little segment you want to do, don't you?
Oh shit! I forgot the whole all black cast. Who would you recast? Since I didn't see it, it's unfair. See it all the way through. It's unfair for me to play this game.
All right, so what you got to do? You got to finish it, and next time.
I don't know. I want to hear your.
I want to
black
do
cast,
mine.
so the people who watched it. Yeah.
Well, this is more of honestly. This is more of like your guys' thing. There's all black casting, so go right
Do they
ahead.
have to be alive?
I like how the white guy's going to give an all black cast for this movie.
Trevor,
I would like it to be. I would like for it to be all time. Mick likes to make it year specific, but I like to do all time for me.
Okay, so the actors that we put can be dead.
Yeah, in my version of it.
I'm doing.
You know what? Here's how we'll do it. To make it fair, because this is horror with their 30, they can be dead or alive. Popcorn and pints. You guys can go to the other rules that you guys have.
There we go. Thank you. Dead or alive.
I'm not doing dead or alive here. I'm doing all live.
He's doing contemporary. Okay. Go.
And I'm kind of high on because she's going to be in the. Oh no, she's not going to be. She was just in the Toxic Avenger. I've been digging her and what she's been doing.
I know you.
Taylor Page as the wife, Steven Yeun as the husband. Why? Because the guy who played the husband reminded me of Steven Yeun. I realize he's Korean and this is Indonesia. I'm just saying he reminded me. The way he carried himself seemed very Glenn-like. Just kind of like his composure, but he could snap out when he needed to. I got fucking receipts. I'll talk about it. I know exactly why.
You get one.
I get one.
You get one. You get one non-black cast member in the all-black cast. You get one.
Well, I go with people of color. I'm sorry. I should have went all black.
You get one.
I can pick out a black actor. Oh,
that's your one.
You know what would be interesting? I can't remember his name. He was Chris, and Everybody Hates Chris. And now he's on
Tyler James Williams. Tyler William James.
Yeah, and he was in The Walking Dead as well. So I'm sticking with The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he could do a good job. And I like the idea of them being sort of these young people in love.
Yeah. Okay.
That's when I'm trying to go a little younger with it.
How about Lakeith Stanfield as one of the guys?
Yeah, the main dude who sniffs the underwear. Because I could see him playing that psychotic nature.
Okay.
He's so good. Thank you for that. I'm going to take that one.
He is like he's someone I would love to see in some more like a lot of horror because he does have that look and that vibe where he can play. If he had to, he can play that psychotic side, where he's either the villain or a part of that team.
First major role was in The Purge Anarchy. That was his first major role. He started in horror. Yeah. Purge Anarchy. That was his first major role.
I don't know if I've seen The Purge Anarchy. He's
the guy, and he was on all the posters. He was the guy with the mask that said God. That was him.
Lakeith Stanfield. That was him?
Yeah, that was him.
Now I got to go back and watch that.
I love him. He was great on Atlanta. And oh my God. What was the one he did? I don't want to give away the ending because I never want to ruin this movie for anybody. They all have to watch it. The one where he uses white voice for his phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
I know what you're talking about. That shit was
sorry to bother you.
God,
sorry to bother you. I want to watch
it. Yeah. That is like one of my favorite movies. I think it was 2017 when that came out.
Yep.
And that is a movie I like. Anytime I talk about it, I make sure I do not get in depth because if they haven't seen it, I will never ruin it. You have to see it and just let it and roll with it. Let it blow you away.
I'm gonna double check and see if we reviewed that in Popcorn and Pints. I believe we did a few years ago, but if we didn't, we're gonna.
Phenomenal movie, and it is such a. It's such a mindfuck of a movie.
It's a metaphorical movie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the imagery is such a mindfuck in it that I love it, and the concept of it.
Stephen Yeun also in that film.
Who?
Stephen Yeun's also in that film.
Oh, dude, he's showing up everywhere. I'm watching Invincible again with my kid. They're just having a fun time with that one.
Okay, so Lakeith is the main guy. Okay, who else you got for the rest?
He's the main guy. Or like I said, even though they've worked together so long, but Donald Glover would kind of be cool to see as a psychopath.
Okay.
Only because I feel like comedic actors can play really good bad guys.
Yes, we can.
Agreed.
There you go.
Hey, Predator 2 is bomb.
He was short turn 12 first, then he did The Purge.
I'm trying to think of who would be good for the shaman.
Rudy Ray Moore.
Cat Williams.
I mean, oh my God, no! Cat Williams needs to play one of the help, the comedic help. That's sort of ushering the story along. I will not mock him. Not mock him, but I will not imitate him. But I can
See,
see
there's some
a lot of that
filth
dialogue
going on
being-
in here.
There you go. I don't know. I have to think about the rest, but I mean, there's a lot of fantastic black actors that could remake this movie really well, or you could just like cast it with white people in America and fuck it up.
No, don't do that. Don't do
All
that.
right, Trev, here you go.
3 times.
Take us home, baby. Take us home. You said dead or alive. I'm expecting James Earl Jones. Fucking.
I got to go with Suzzanna's got to be done by Pam Grier because Pam Grier is a Suzzanna of blaxploitation.
I was thinking.
So that definitely has to be Pam Grier. Citra, I would have to say Jim Brown. Let's go with Jim Brown.
Oh, good pull.
I would say the Shaman, as I said before, definitely Rudy Ray Moore.
Oh, you're going all 70s.
And I'm going to go a little 80s, and I'm going to say that the comedic end is rewritten, and it's the 3 original members of the Ghetto Boys. And that is the movie I'd make.
Okay, Scarface, Bushwick, and the other guy. All right,
Johnny, I want to say something. I wonder if you're going to agree with me with this.
Okay.
If you've seen if you've seen Trevor hang out with your uncles, you wouldn't be surprised. If you've seen Mick hanging out with your cousins, you wouldn't be surprised at all.
Oh yeah.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like you'd see Trevor with not your ghetto uncles, the other ones that are more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Just chilling, watching
philosophical conversations over a beer here, spades over here. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mick, pretty much the same thing.
And I think you're accurate, but it would be like we're talking about movies, they're talking about movies, and I'm just kind of remember that.
Yep. You go to visit your family. What the fuck are they doing here? What the hell did you meet there?
Somebody's aunt from fucking Alabama comes over and they have moonshine, and then I'm running up a hill.
Yeah.
Because I'm running up a hill.
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened if I brought you to my aunt's house. She's going to come in. Hey, who's your friend? Let's make. Hey, baby, you hungry? Yeah, what do you want something? Come sit down. I'll take care of you. And you're going to go in there, sit down and eat and fall asleep.
As long as there's no raisins in the potato salad, we cool.
Oh, man.
No raisins in the potato salad. Actually, I will say this. My mother made the best macaroni and potato salad. I don't know. She had like this special recipe for the sauce she put on it, but every time it was amazing. And so like, I would bring that.
Okay.
I think you guys would be
pleasantly surprised. Good.
I love the potato salad. My mother makes it when she's in the mood to make it. You know, like when back in the day as your kid, there's something that your mother could make, but she's not really in the mood to make it, but she'll make it for you just because you asked. Yeah. And you beg for it. So it's just like it's good-ish, but it's not like
root beer.
It's like she made it, but she threw no love in it. She was like, I just made it just to make this motherfucker something to eat.
That was my mother wasn't really a cook. My dad was the cook. He made all the meals.
But I'm saying like the potato salad thing, you know?
Oh yeah, but that was like her thing.
Whoever was the one that was like the main one that cooked or whatever, like there was those times they just didn't feel like it, especially for that one meal you wanted. They just kind of threw it together. Yeah. But when they really threw down, you're just like, yo, man, this shit.
Yeah, you did it. You did
it. And anytime you're in a good mood, I'll make this whatever you want. And you think about
the only thing is whenever we had potatoes, I come from an Irish family, so whenever we had potatoes,
every day,
undercooked. And I don't know why Irish people undercook their potatoes. It's like they want to eat them as quickly as possible, so they throw them in and they just sit there and wait.
They just throw them at each other to get mad because they're harder?
They feel a little more raw.
Got me.
Yeah, leave that in a little longer.
Now Mick got me scared. Whose side were you on in Sinners? Now that you said you're Irish, whose side were you on?
I definitely not Remix. Let's just say that. And definitely not the KKK. So let's put that one. Let's squash that one right there.
Put that one right there to bed. Just put it
Now ask me whose side I was on in Juice. There's the trick question.
Bishop. He's definitely on Bishop's side.
Oh man,
it's okay because I was on Bishop's side too.
Bishop was cool. At least we thought.
Oh yeah. I was like, man, Q, why you had to push him off the roof, man? You could have talked this out.
Oh my god, dude!
I don't think that you could talk anything out with Bishop.
He fired right in the elevator. Yeah,
right in the elevator.
Busting shots in the elevator. I'm like, damn, Bishop.
Shit. Tried to talk it out. What are you gonna do? He stood in front of him. He couldn't even say a word.
Yeah. I am crazy.
It was a wild movie. I prefer Above the Rim if we're talking Tupac.
That's his best performance.
I like basketball films. I especially liked basketball films in the 90s. Like, I love Heaven is a Playground, and it's a stupid movie, but I love it.
I gotta be honest with you. If you talk about Above the Rim, no, is it? But it looked like Cleveland. But I did not have any sympathy for Shemp at all. I'm like, the fuck y'all playing basketball on the roof anyway in the first place? Where your parents at?
Right?
And why is Nutso jumping this high on the roof?
Sometimes it's the only place you can go. Oh my god, I love it.
Oh man, Juice.
We didn't do rating, did we?
You got the juice now.
I'm giving this one a 6.5. What about you, Mick?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I was gonna go.
I go from a negative to a positive. Though you got to remember that. I go from negative 10.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
okay.
fair.
You said the same thing.
I'll go 6.
6.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't.
It sounded like y'all like this movie more though.
It was still good. No, it was still good overall.
Okay.
So
but a 6 is like middle of the road though, man.
What Jerko did here is make me have to come up with my own rating system 1 through 10, right? Because it used to be just 1 through 5.
Okay.
And now I have like a rating system 1 through 10, like when I go live on TikTok and shit. And basically, I don't think any movie is so bad, except for fucking what's the one we watched the other day? El Sandman was fire. That's negative. That sucks. There are some movies, but like for the most part, like every movie I've seen, I can find good stuff in. Something positive about that went into it. For the most part. So that in my 1 to 10, the 1s and the 2s are the ones that are like, I never want to watch this again.
Okay.
But like the 3, the 4, the 5, that's cult classic territory.
Okay.
So like when people get mad at me and they're like, it's a 5 for fucking Basket Case. What? It's the greatest movie of all time. Compared to what? To everything? Like seriously? Like I have to have a section.
I will agree. Yes, I will agree.
I have a checklist of 18 checks that I have to make before I start the movie and rate it.
All right.
So I put the whole fucking thing together, and now I have 1 to 10, and so like 6 for me is a good movie. It's above a cult classic. It's one I think everybody should see. I wouldn't
barely above.
Like 6 through 10,
barely
or
above.
you should. I recommend watching these.
Okay.
If you like movies, I think you'll like this.
Okay.
That's 6 through 10. 3 through 5, this isn't for everybody.
I don't know. For me, it just felt like you were going to give it a 7.
I think you're trying to talk me up to a 7. Not going to work.
I felt like you were at 7 territory.
A lot of cool things in this. But it isn't. The story isn't fantastic. It's good. It's a solid, good story.
Okay.
It's a solid little story, and I like the lore. The lore is what bumps it up a little bit for me, but
okay.
Taking the comedy out of this movie makes it a better movie.
Are you going straight to it? You ain't even gonna let Trevor get his money off?
Yeah.
No, but he didn't finish it.
Oh yeah, you guys didn't finish it. That's
okay.
Right.
Trevor didn't finish it. Okay, all right.
I watched it from beginning to end. I just took parts out.
Okay, all right.
I still give it a 7.
Okay, there we go.
There
we go. My man.
6.5. Pardon me. 6.5.
6.5. Oh, there you go.
Damn.
There you go.
Johnny.
6.5.
Trying to get a 7 for this movie.
Almost.
What we got? Is this tomorrow?
James. Yeah. I'll ask James tomorrow because he did watch this. He just
I'm gonna watch the shit
had
out
his
of
brother-in-law's. He watched the shit out of this.
What movie is this?
if I can find it. Shit.
What is this?
The Roman Omen?
What is it?
I know it says Omen.
The Roman Omen. I think you're right. The Boxer's
Boxer's
Oh
Omen.
my god, yes, the boxer's open.
There you go. The Boxer's Omen.
So
Well,
is it like a boxing movie? where you have to fight the devil?
I'm gonna do this because this movie deserves it.
Uh-oh.
If you have not experienced the Boxer's Omen, you are in for some crazy shit.
Okay.
I'm always in for that.
Okay.
It is the weirdest, most out there Shaw Brother movie.
You had me at Shaw Brothers.
Oh, Hong Kong horror. Okay.
It is.
I'm in.
It is Shaw Brothers, as they are just getting into the horror market.
I don't know if I can be there tomorrow night, 30, only because my son has
I'm black. Oh.
Has nothing to do with that.
What's your excuse, guys? Because of my skin color? I want that to be your excuse from here on out.
That would be the most wild heel turn ever.
Because my color is black. That's why I'm not going to be here next week.
He throws on a red hat, and it's just like,
oh! That is a wild heel turn. I'm like, oh my god!
I don't want you to do that far of a turn.
It's just like, I'm taking the whites with me. Like,
oh, that's unexpected.
Oh my god, pulls off in the NWO.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
First for everybody, Boxer's Omen, besides me.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it, so I'm gonna watch it.
I'm really excited to hear what everybody thinks because
I can't wait.
It just have fun with it. Don't try to read much into it. Just let it be a visual.
I have an important question to ask you, Trevor.
Yeah,
about this film before I do watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that I should ask my wife to watch with me, or probably not?
Does she like really, really weird stuff?
Does she like Blue Sunshine?
Scorpions and centipedes and that kind of stuff?
It's not crazy about that, I guess.
Okay, maybe yeah. There's a lot of like gooey witch doctor stuff in these films.
Okay.
And this is it's hard to explain this one, but there were other films, the Black Magic films that came out and were produced by Shaw, very much had a feeling. This has a lot of background in Buddhist culture. And that's what really makes this one special, is it actually pulls Buddhism concepts into this huge, bizarre circus of a film.
Ooh, I'm so interesting. I can't wait. I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be a good time.
Come back tomorrow night and you'll all be threes. So
sounds like it's going to be a good time.
I'm down.
I don't know. This is right up my alley. This movie might get a 10. This is right up my alley.
Yeah, already. You had me at Shaw Brothers.
This is right up my alley.
Well, you guys know what we're doing tomorrow. We will be here at 8 o'clock. I hope you are here too. And check out our stuff. Links in the description. I'll see you in nightmares.
Real quick.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't promote often. I just wanted to. I have a couple of special things. This week's episode, we have Delco Horror Haven coming on to the show. We're going to talk about their film festival going on. We're going to be hanging out with them, talking about horror shorts. We're also going to be doing a fundraiser soon. Details will be coming out, but the link will be in all of our descriptions over at the Scene Snobs, and that is to help save the family drive-in. The landowners are trying to sell the land on them, and they're trying to buy it. So we're trying to raise the money. It's a big feat. This is an underdog story. I hope you guys can help us out and stuff, and definitely be a part of the charity event when it comes. Also, I want a big thank you to this man right here, Sir Sturdy. All of our classic film reviews through September and October, and all of our Does It Sucks have all been chosen by this man. I watched them, and now I've made the reviews for them. So check them out as they come out each week. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you, Chad. Have a good one. And be kinder to each other, people. The world needs more kindness. everywhere, not just America, but the whole world. I'm tired of the separation of America, this and that. Fuck that. We're all people. We should all be like a huge family. Like, just think of how cool it would be if you can go anywhere in the world around any culture and be able to like hang out with anybody. Say if you're a big movie buff, you want to go to this culture because of a movie there, you go, you check the food, you respect the culture, you check out the movies and all this other dope stuff. Like, that's what I want to do. So we got to be nice to each other for shit like that to happen.
For real.
I mean, shit. Land's not important. Borders aren't important. Material shit is not important. We are. People are important. Lives are important. Think about that. Be kinder to each other, though. I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace. And Nick Cage, please stop acting.